Stop that. Anyway. I said, maybe there's no doubt that that's one of the original person never had the money. Who said money, but he needed it. Oh, very. I would find a metal detector. Mr. Sniffing. Now, really? Oh, yeah. Virgil had a few dollars.
Virgil's favorite spot was yours.
Oh, yeah.
I know. Call the meeting order, big surprise. With allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And we pray, O Lord God, we come before you in prayer, acknowledging the blessing of government and administration. You are a God of order and has blessed us with the establishment of governing officials to provide civil harmony and concord. Be with us in this meeting and give us strength and wisdom to pursue goals which please you. Grant us the courage to support those things which are right and according to your ordinances, for we ask it in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
Roll call.
Talini,
Here.
Robert Presque,
Here.
Robin Hughes,
Here.
Joe Libby,
Here.
Robert Crook. Here.
Approval of the agenda, any additions or deletions? And no. No, man. Is there a motion?
Make a motion to get the agenda.
Second.
Motion support to approve the agenda. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Carried. Conflict disclosures, and we have a conflict with anything that's on there. Hearing none. Move on to the minutes of August 29th. There's. Actually, been pretty thorough.
I make a motion, we approve the minutes of the September 11th, 7 PM meeting. Support.
No, there's an error there. It says August 29th.
Oh.
September, I said August 29th. The motion supported, any discussion? Oh, cold. See if I can say an aye. Aye. Opposed. Period. There. Treasuries. Wow.
Morning, everybody.
Morning, Bill.
This is on report for August 2025. We had taxes collected and spread as of August 2025 of $1,075,295.32. Year to date, the same. DNR taxes collected and spread 0. Total of general fund revenue for August was $1,144,392.47, with a year to date of $1,190,186.72. We had general fund expenditures for August of 2025 of $550,224.23, with a year to date of $1,408,165.51. Change in fund equity is a negative $217,978.79. We had checking account balance as of the end of August of $628,344.11. Revenues were normal for this time, all regular, and expenses were also normal. Expenses, wages, insurance, pension, routine monthly expenses. As far as the treasurer's office, the tax collections are continuing at the township level. Based on the settlements that we received from the townships, the collections are going well. We have, as of September 23rd, over 75% of the taxes levies have been paid and remitted to our office. Title Check LLC held our auction on the 52 parcels that we were foreclosed in April. One was in Craco, one in Akiak, 48 in Presque, and 2 in Rogers. All the parcels sold above or at the minimum bid, and we had 2 former owners file their claims for excess proceeds prior to the auction, and we will follow the court process outlined and pay out those claims accordingly as directed by the circuit court. We've been working with Fabian in the clerk's office, getting everything ready for the audit. The auditors will be on site August 16th and 17th. This is a little bit later than usual, but everything is going well, so we'll be ready for that. We still have budget amendments and transfers to do to close out last fiscal year. And when Fabian comes back next week, we're gonna work on those,
So I
so.
asked a question. Is this the same auditing firm that we've used previous year?
It is
How many years? Long time?
a long time. You know, it is customary to search or, you know, maybe do bids. That's entirely up to the board. So, yeah, we currently, that's who
It'd
we,
be hard to find.
I don't know,
Right.
I don't know what the contract is because that's something that's handled through the clerk's office, so I've not seen the contract. I don't know if it's year to year. That's something,
Well, it's something we should look at before next year.
right,
Okay.
right. Mhm.
Thank you.
I agree.
Mhm.
Okay, the other thing I just wanted to let you know is that work is continuing with the land bank projects in Presque County. The roof on the former Granville Center, owned by Dargis Properties LLC is well underway. It should be complete soon. The former Lobdell building, on Washington Avenue in Onaway has had some foundation work done and the roof will be replaced next. This building is owned by the Onaway Area Historical Museum. The former AP Super Service building that belongs to the Rogers City Downtown Development Authority will also be getting a new roof later this fall, hopefully by the end of the year. So that's where we're at with those projects.
Those delinquent tax sales, all property parcels sold, was that the $86,327 sales?
No, that's a report. Okay, that report that I also gave you, that's a report from the 2023 or auction, actually, because that report, we report the 2023. We had to report it by August 30th to the state, so that was reported if this is by September 30th, by September 30th, it had to be reported to the state, so.
The 86,000.
Does say foreclosure year end.
Yeah, that's from 2023.
The 86,327.01, that would be our possible liability amount.
No, that's, the claims were paid.
Yes.
It shows that this was what we received. These were the claims paid. This was all the taxes and penalties that were owed, so this was our balance that we did gain.
Gotcha.
The sale. So, okay.
Thank you for explaining this.
Any questions of the treasurer? Before it's motion to receive file the treasurer's.
I'll make a motion, we accept the treasurer's report for August 2025 as presented.
Thank you.
Nice work.
Motion support, roll call.
Robert Presque.
Yes.
Joe Levy.
Yes.
Robin Hughes.
Yes.
Robert Crook.
Yes.
Clifford Delaney.
Yes. Thank you, Val.
You're welcome.
Citizens appearing before the board. Right.
Good morning. My name is Rachel Goodstein. I live at 126 South First Street in Rogers City, and I also own acreage in the Rogers Township, which is a family from the early 60s. But I'm here today in a different role I have, and that is I'm the chair of the Democratic Party Presque County. And it has come to I was not at the last meeting, beginning of this month, because last month I was preparing to go on vacation, and then I had one for vacation. I went to Venice, which has always been something I wanted to do for the film festival. And somehow in all of that, either I don't know, I think I may was perhaps supposed to get notice of this, but I didn't, but through Patricia Champa, who sits on the board of canvassers. I was informed that in that role, we are supposed to have submitted candidates. And I think, and again, I'm speaking haltingly because I haven't had time to look into what the actual process is, but my understanding is at least 3 names for the opening that will come up on the board of campuses. I can say at this point, we are happy if Darlene Addis would like to continue in that position, but I haven't talked to her, and I'm in the process of soliciting, talking to other people about whether they would be interested in the position. So I'm just telling you, informing you of that. And I don't know when the deadline was, because this wonderful book doesn't actually have this, but since I had to look at this wonderful little book, I was wondering if there's a newer version, and if there's not one, there would be a newer version of this.
No,
book.
there's no new directory yet, but the expiration dates on the terms are correct.
Well, yeah, well, yeah, yes and no, because Pat was reappointed for a second term this one, it expired in 23. I am hopeful, or I would like to say, I hope there's money to put one of these in. I think it's a resource that every person living in the county should know about it, because it is very helpful, because frankly, there are all these important boards in the back, and unless you have one of these, it's really hard to find that information or know when those openings are coming up and one wants to be on them. And you know, that's an important part of being a citizen, is actively participating and sharing your expertise.
Rachel, I have to sympathize with you because I'm the chair of the Republican Party of Presque County, and I fumbled the ball in the same way you fumbled it.
Yeah.
September 1st is the deadline.
Yeah.
I ignored it. We got 10 days then to get these names in, and then we ended up in court getting this thing resolved finally. It was a big hassle, and we don't want that to happen. And you simply have to, this lady wants to continue, let us know that, and we'll go forward with it. But I sympathize with you, because I was new, I didn't know that was the date. It's September 1st was your cutoff date.
Well, look at this, we're across the aisle and we're working together. No, I mean, well, it's from little tiny seeds that very big plants grow. Okay, no, well, really. So I'm gonna find out from her, because I can't speak for her. But I, you know, certainly by the next meeting, if not before, I will communicate what we know.
Let our chairman know and take care of it.
Submit a letter to the clerk's office. If she would just submit a letter to the clerk's office saying she wants it.
Yeah, and or with the additional names in case she says
Correct.
no, because it's a 4-year term and, you know, one never knows. But anyway, just wanted to let
Very
you
good.
know.
Richard.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Shake on that.
Yeah.
Good.
Anybody else in the public? Sir?
Yeah, I'm Tim Fowler from Gap Township.
Tim?
Yeah, and I was here, I don't know, a couple months ago, and talked.
Fowler or Bowler?
Fowler.
Fowler.
Whatever you will here. Yeah, and I asked about possible short-term rental ordinances for that the county would possibly develop in their days. So I'm asking about a status update on that. And
The
also.
board's out. The board has copies of an ordinance and we're reviewing them at the moment right now. We just handed them out last meeting.
Last week. Okay.
Yeah,
It'll be forwarded to.
it's obvious the planning commission was interested in it, so. The board's gonna have to decide whether we're gonna take action or it's an ordinance.
Okay. I also asked at that time about the status of enforcement of the county zoning ordinance in. And I'm looking for a date on that. And then thirdly, I would ask, how can I help? Is there anything I can do?
Well, yeah,
ZA.
our building administrator is also our zoning administrator.
Okay.
And his name is Rob, and most mornings you'll catch him at the building department.
Yeah, I have talked to Rob on the phone, but.
Yeah. I figured you had. And as he's getting his arms around everything being fairly new. You're best to communicate with him
Okay,
and anybody that wants to volunteer for eyes, ears and possible participation. I would assume he'd accept.
throughout.
That would be his call.
As
Okay,
far as the zoning ordinance.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, great, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Good morning. My name is Shannon Brady, and I'm not only appearing as a citizen this morning, I'm appearing as an employee of Presque County. I just would like to address the board with some concerns that I have, arising from recent incidences in the building. I work in one of the court offices, and the offices in this building, the court offices in this building need to work together for people's, rights. I'm sorry, I'm a little nervous. So for people's rights to be carried out. So we recently had an incident where an individual had done what he needed to do to take care of some legal issues that arose through our office. Paperwork does not directly come to us about that instance. We were not notified, and the individual did what he needed to do to clear up the instance. And therefore, his judicial processes could not take place because we were not properly notified. There was another instance yesterday that affected everybody who works here in this building. My main concern is I don't know who to go to address these issues that arise with the court issues. Who do we go to rectify these situations? Does our temporary administrator, I'm not really even sure of his title, is that who we would go to? I'm not sure who to go to talk to.
In the departments, you would talk to the department heads, obviously. As far as the court problem, you talking about?
Right, so one of the there is no department head in one of the offices at this moment, so that's I need direction on who to talk to.
In the clerk's office? you're talking?
Yes.
Well, Jerry's filling in as the chief deputy.
Okay,
Yeah, he's clerk, temporary clerk. Fabian is just a consultant.
okay, so he would have no knowledge of court procedures or how to rectify.
You're working on finance and administrative.
He's working on finance and administration. The best direct concerns about these kind of things in writing to the clerk's office. And then if the clerk is unsure what to do about certain things, he can refer it to an appropriate department, or committee, let's say, or finance, or, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the incident is or what the details are, but don't need to know. But put the concerns in writing to the clerk's office, and he will forward those to the appropriate or to all commissioners for us to.
We're not talking about the court issue though, right? Correct?
Well, there's multiple instances, and that's what, it's just, I totally understand the situation that's going on. It's a very unique situation. Yes, it's very unique. But it's affecting other offices in this building, and greatly affecting the way other offices can do their work. And that's my main concern. Is that we're not able to properly do our work because of issues arising out of another office.
Well, I would direct you to Judge Goff here, because he is the one that ultimately would have to replace the clerk. If it came to that point.
Yeah, if you can put the
That's it.
specifics in writing, maybe the current staff in that office isn't aware of how things need to go in order for you to. That'd be our best bet, is to let them know what should be going on and how it should be going.
So I from another office should be telling another office how they're supposed to do things.
Well, we've never been conventional here in the fact that without an administrator and the clerk as acting administrator, that's a unique situation that I think only 6 counties in the state have right now. 11. Yeah, so. Best answer I can give you is put concerns in writing and how things have went in the past. And this is how they should be going now, based upon history. From our office to this office to the court.
But in the absence of the clerk, them should be directed to Judge Gothier.
Or Don Rio from Sheboygan's the head administrator for the circuit court, so.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Wish we had better.
I would talk with the judge first, though.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anyone else? We have unfinished business. We have any unfinished business? Oh. New business, the child care fund. Hello.
Jennifer Warwick. This is for childcare fund budget, just because the state's fiscal budget runs October through September, so. Most of this budget you've already approved through our county budget, but I just have to go through this process, and so state budget starts October 1st, so these are just the numbers that we get, have a contract, and here if you have any questions.
The only question I have is, so. The county's responsible for about 231,000 of the total, is what figures out to the cost share.
The exact number,
Roughly.
yes,
And
That is an estimated.
that's an estimated cost, because we may not use all of these funds, it's just requested from the state for reimbursement if it's used.
And historically, because most of us are, historically, has this run fairly accurate?
It's, our budget runs quite a bit under what is requested by the state, so we don't have to come back for multiple amendments. But it's, and then also the cost saving ratio has changed, the state is now picking up 75%, whereas before it was only 50% they would reimburse, and the 200,000, they're actually reimbursing 75% of that. And they increased our basic grant also, which is 100% money that comes to the county from 16,000, it's now over $56,000 that they're giving 100%.
So these are very pessimistic numbers about what we have
Correct.
to pay.
Correct.
Gotcha. That was my question.
who's the court administrator?
For the family division, I handle the
Probate.
family and probate court.
Yeah, they got the cost shares broke down right there, between 50 and 25%.
And this require action on the board's part.
It does, I need approval from the board and then the signature from the chair.
Yeah. I'll make a motion, we approve the
Child care.
childcare budget summary for DHS 2091. And authorize the chair to sign it.
Estimated 620,000,
2nd. Thank you.
We have a motion support. Roll call now, please.
Cliff Delaney,
Yes.
Robert Presque.
Yes.
Robin Hughes.
Yes.
Joe Levy.
Yes.
Robin Crook.
Yes. Carried. Is that the original or?
I give everybody copies, I don't have.
She took off.
Yep.
She's down the whole original. What was that?
Yeah, you sign the next one.
Next then, agenda. District for health board. Local appropriations. We had at our meeting, bringing it back to the county boards. We're considering an increase of 10% on the appropriations. It's plugged in the budget temporarily at 10%. Due to the fact the situation district for health is right now. The finances. And they just wanted to bring it to the board for their decision.
10% means how much more money for the county?
Yeah,
You have that,
it was.
I thought someone else here
I'm
to
pretty
speak
sure
on that.
that's $13,000.
above and beyond what we have paid and paying.
So we're asked to pay more money because of mismanagement.
Oh, yeah.
all four counties, not just us.
Correct.
Sheboygan.
Alpena, Montmorency.
Since then, though, you were given in our report, everyone's been removed from the district. To the cause this problem.
Management staff.
So,
From the
Mr.
director.
Chairman, are we asked them to approve this 10% expenditure?
It's up to the board. You know, it's gonna generate total, I think, total was right around $85,000 more. If I'm not mistaken, I only have to,
And this is a 1 year request. With.
That's right.
The rest of our life.
Good.
Well, if it's 10% year after year after year, or this.
No, it's not, year, this is the one time deal raised 10%.
That's why I was asking, because most of the time. You give them a little more money, it never comes back.
I don't see where it's gonna make that much of a difference, so, not to us, but to. For our situation in District 4, to tell you the truth. I'm more in favor of. The new accountant getting things done and getting the grant. But it was brought as a suggestion, I don't know how.
If we did nothing. Is there anything adverse toward the county because we did nothing?
No, they have to say, yeah. You're still paying enough. I don't know what we were paying the year before.
Do you have any idea, Cliff, what the other three counties are thinking about this 10% raise? You have any,
Just Sheboygan, I talked to,
what are they saying?
I think they're gonna approve it, Sheboygan, well, I don't know, I can't speak for Alpena.
Yeah, have you guys discussed that at all?
Well, ours is probably more of an impact. Because ours is just over 23,000, I think it's almost 24,000. But they were also asking us to waive rent for a year, which is another 135,000.
Wow,
That's the main building there.
County owned building?
Well, technically, yeah.
Right.
so you haven't come to grips with that.
Well, so. What was his name? Lloyd Pelletier just came to our meeting Tuesday.
Yeah,
It's a Tuesday. Yes. And kind of presented the issue and I asked that we have time to review and discuss this because we didn't have all our commissioners there at the time.
So that just recently happened, the waiving of the. grant.
Oh, well, that was a suggestion that they brought to us on Tuesday.
See, that wasn't discussed at our last meeting, though.
So one of the discussions that we had, and again, I don't know if they work out of this building or whatever, but we asked, are you gonna ask the other counties to waive any rental that they're contributing? Or that they contribute to those counties? So he said that he would discuss it.
so you have not made a decision yet. What's your gut tell you about what your commitment is gonna do with this issue?
There's two of them here, so I don't know. We have 8 commissioners, it's hard to say. I mean, I like to know, kind of like you indicated that, how is this gonna impact us? I mean, it's gonna impact us because the building that they're using is, the way that the lease, or the way it was set up is we own the district health owned it for the first 20 years. We own it for the next 20 years. And then after that, it goes back to the college. And I'm like, well, what happens between year 20 and year 40 with most buildings? You're putting a lot of money into it and we're losing, I think our fund balance on that account is about $290,000. And we put a new roof or a new HVAC system in it. And that system, all that money is gone. So,
The college offered that to District 4 too, didn't they?
well, initially, so the way that the lease was set up, because I got a copy of it, was the land, the property was owned by the college, so they gave it to District Health. And however they were able to get the money funding to build that building, they built it, owned it for the first 20 years. And then we took it over in year 21 or whatever. And literally the first thing we did when we thought it was have to put a ton of money into the elevator.
Yeah. I was told that it was offered to District 4 before Alpena took it.
Well, the way the deed was set up, there was no offer, and that's how it was set up. And again, on year 40, when our time is done, it's supposed to revert back to the client.
Hours. We don't have to make that right now.
I was gonna ask, what would your recommendation be, and it's not the deal with
I
it.
table it, I wanna hear what Alpena has to. Comes back to the meeting, what,
Well, we said, our next meeting, so it'll be, I think, at finance, which is second Tuesday in, so that's over 14.
but your representative at District 4, your reps will have an idea when they come back to our next.
Yeah, so we have two, I don't know if you guys, do you have two or? Yeah, so, they are the ones that have the information, we had Lloyd Pelletier, Commissioner from Mount Morency, the one that, is kind of overseeing things.
Yeah, he's kind of running it until we find the director.
Yeah,
There is intro, what Montmorency County does, since Lloyd is part of that.
Yeah.
county.
I was thinking it, I was done.
Okay, I agree.
I just thought it should go.
Yep.
Akiak Outdoor Center updating the rental agreement. I kind of looked through them, but I couldn't see the differences.
No, they simplified some
Do
language.
you guys have the old and the new?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that your penmanship on?
Them are the charge sheets, yes, you got the reservation forms on them. That's probably attached to it. First, I guess I'd like to just say, thanks for the cake for Kathy. You guys have no idea how much she needed that right now, with her sister in the hospital and everything, it was perfect timing. So, and also I want to give kudos, and I know the clerk's office is going through a lot, but Piper, did send out a retraction or an explanation of what happened with the payroll, and I appreciate the transparency. Just explain to us what happened, okay, life happens, it is what it is, I just want to say, make sure that they get kudos for that.
That's the question.
Mhm.
You guys had a big night sky event in September, how did that go for you guys?
That's Friends of the Akiak Outdoor Center, I'm not a member of that, but they said it went very well.
Cause it was rain threatening, so now they're gonna see stars in the clouds.
Yeah,
I
they
think
did, they said it
opened
was
up the-
an open brig up for them, they were able to see with multiple telescopes and things like that, so it was pretty cool, yeah, from what I heard, yeah.
Went on that all year, all once the clouds.
Yep, and well, they already reserved for next year, so
Getting
we're gonna go with that.
contract here.
What?
Getting back to business.
Yes, we're going. The difference between them, I was just gonna give you a quick update of what the difference was. Like, the old one, it's old. We don't use the fax anymore, so I took that out. There was a non-existent web address. I mean, it didn't go anywhere. And on the old one, we had all this rental fee information, $100 extra for this or that. When it's all on this form. So it's just, we took it out, make it simple, we just attached the charge sheet with it. There was, when I was reading through this and I didn't realize there was actually two deposits, a reservation deposit and a damage deposit. I've never taken both, I've only taken the one deposit for damages, and it's a refundable if they
Okay.
don't do damage. So I just took out the whole reservation deposit thing, because I really honestly have never dealt with that, and I've never done that, so must have just been there from a while ago. The occupancy, Friends of the Akiak Outdoor Center put in more beds and things like that. And it said the occupancy was 84 because of septic reasons. So I got a hold of the health department, Scott Couture went through a lot of the old drawings and stuff. And he said, I don't see why you can't update that, because right now we can sleep 96. So I just basically updated that to 96.
Yeah.
That's all I did for that.
So the septic's not a problem.
No, he said, I don't see, because there's multiple septics, there's one in the counselor, one in the classroom, so I don't know, before maybe it was just because of the one big bathroom, but he said it should be fine. Sarah did notice that the pets on premises, there's people on off days that bring their pets and walk them there.
you know, so you really can't have no pets on premises. She said, because people do it all the time. She said, if we can put no pets in the buildings though. So that was that change, just so she doesn't have messes put up in the buildings. And of course, we added no camping in there, and we are now have limited access to internet out there by the kitchen. It was no more cost, it just with the plan they have, so I added that too.
So the no camping wasn't on there?
No.
Jeez.
No, and then see, that's the thing, we went through this and there was so much that was like, okay, this needs to be updated. So it was me, Mike and Sarah that went through and updated it, you know, we all had a little. And on the charge sheet, the only thing we changed, I just basically updated to make it look easier, to read easier. The one that says 275, it has a kitchen, dining, classroom, bath, showers for 275. And Sarah said, if they get the kitchen and dining and the bath and showers, generally nobody ever uses the classroom with that. She said, so just take that out and make it 250, make it, you know, simple. And you can still get the classroom, you know, or the counselor's building or whatever, that's on the new one. That one has more color on it, that's the new one. And we made it just simplified it. If you want the counselor's building, it's 300. You want one bunkhouse, it's 450, two bunkhouses, 500. You know, cause before it was just, you know, add this room, take away this, and now with bathrooms in the classroom and all that, you don't need all the extra.
It's still no charge for 501.
Correct.
C3 fundraising,
We left all that, basically it was all the same, the deposits, the grounds rental for 501c3 groups. We just updated the counts, not the counts, but the total amount, you know, you can have 96 now, things like that.
sure. I highlight no camping.
I can highlight that when I print it, and what I'm doing now, because since we took all of the fees, it should look like this page, and then this page attached to it with all the information they could possibly need. On, well, how many beds are in the counselor's building and how much does it cost for this? So I'm just gonna add that right to the reservation form, so everybody has it. Yeah, cause that's the biggest thing, I think. And I just updated that to an email address, took out the facts. Things like that. So that's it.
For approval on the policy, new policy.
Yeah.
So moved.
Mr. Chairman, question. If we approve of this,
Got a second, now we can discuss.
if we approve of this, is this for 1 year or for 5 years? What's the duration of this?
Until it changes
Policy.
again.
Until the board changes the future.
You have that.
Okay, so until it gets changed again down the road, we don't know what that is. Okay, thank you.
Are we all good?
Yeah.
All right,
Fine, we got
thank you.
motions. Any more discussion?
We'll call it.
Yeah.
Robert Presque.
Yes.
Robin Hughes.
Yes.
Joe Libby.
Yes.
Robert Crook.
Yes.
Clifford Tolini.
Yes. No, yeah, new policy.
Thank you, Wendy.
Thank you.
Keep going.
Say.
Yeah, we're popular.
Airport contract.
She wants a cake.
Airport contract approval.
Let's go.
Al,
Sir,
just a.
you've got that in front of you?
Yeah, just give the board a brief rundown what it is.
Contract there is for the reimbursement. For the design costs that the county had to put up front for the hangar. It's come extremely early. I don't know if they feel sorry for us or they just think extra money, but
It's at the 50,000 or.
that's the 50,000 for the design.
Oh, yeah.
So basically, all goes well, we add nothing to the project. From the numbers I looked at, the county's cost on this whole thing is gonna be roughly about 2.4% local cost, which is better than we've ever had in the past. Usually it's 10 or 5%. So we're about half of that, so fairly excited about that. So once we get this signed, get the copies back to MDOT, they'll approve the contract, and then at some point in time, they'll get some money. Now, beyond the vote.
Make a motion. Make a motion, we approve contract number 2025-0746 for federal project number B 26 0135 2321 with the Michigan Department of Transportation for the airport project reimbursement program under the ROC grant,
Authorize this shit.
and authorize the chair to sign.
Yes, support. Motion support comes over roll call.
Robert Presque.
Yes.
Robin Hughes.
Yes.
Joe Libby.
Yes.
Robert Crook.
Yes.
Cliff Lee.
Yes. Okay. Decide that, get it right. You make a copy of it.
Yes.
Okay, no more new business. Committee reports. No finance. Public health.
Public health would be me. Robin and I met with the undersheriff Tuesday. And he had 4 items written on a written report. And Joe, this SRP, is that Sheriff Road Patrol?
Yeah, secondary road patrol.
Secondary Road Patrol. You're granted, is it a grant?
Grant, yep.
$63,444, which basically funds an officer for an entire year doing road patrol in the county. That was item number 1. Number 2, still waiting on a Ford to be able to get to the school resource officer truck that was ordered. Looking like the end of October, according to the sheriff. They got problems, there are bells and thermostats in that building too. 4 places, sheriff's office, under sheriff's office, investigator's office, and the break room. They all need to be replaced. We received a quote from John's Plumbing. Zagorski McKinney did not come back and look at the work needed to be done, but never got back to us with a quote. And a call was made to Standard Plumbing in Lonaway, who said they'd try and get here. What was that, Joe?
They were here yesterday.
Okay. And lastly, as of this morning, they have 21 inmates, which is a pretty good influx from what it's been, right, Joe?
They like the food. Yeah, the 21 stay the same. 21.
Must have been a crime breakout in the county, eh?
Cook. Yes.
All right, that's the report, sir.
You anticipate it getting cold.
Courthouse and grounds.
Yeah, we met and the only one present was Mike from building maintenance. Number of things were discussed. I don't think anything was out of line.
No, nothing to say about it. It was pretty good.
A lot of routine. He did get quotes for the 40 Mile Point Lighthouse asphalt paving. Yeah, and those will be available at your next finance meeting.
Anything else? Personnel.
We meet after this and Alpena County will be discussing, we will also be discussing the possibility of a shared EM position with Alpena County. And start to get into the details. And we also have an interview. We have interviews. Couple of them.
Okay.
It could be cake left.
Special appointment committee reports. District 4. We had quite a meeting there. We terminated the contract with District 2 Health Department. Found out the director. We pretty much knew about the grant money that wasn't being secured through the county. And actually, we got rid of Devin too. She's gone, and then all since then, Alyssa's gone too, so we're in a process right now of advertising for the kind of director because the chairman's taking this over. I don't know how that's gonna help for us. We have to do something. We lost a lot of money.
1.5
1.2 million.
Just negligence.
Yeah. Not pieces.
And that was on deadline too, there was lots of time on that. 3 years.
This can all be prevented. Director would have stepped up. You have anything to add to that?
No, I thought you did a good job.
It was a pretty impetuous meeting. She understood. Anyways. It happened on her watch, so. Any other special appointments? I have, I received, yeah, one.
The EDC, Target Outfit has informed us kind of informally that they'd be willing to look at a lesser number than what we've contributed in the past. And I think, the finance committee ought to look at offering, 25,000 to our old level for 1 year contract. And, cause we were at 35,000. With the added benefits that were promised
We were at 25,000
prior
prior
to
to
that,
3 years ago when they raised it to
35
grand.
right? And, I think the budget committee ought to look at 25,000 or a number that they come up with. And make contact with Target Alpena and. Because. The undertones have been that would be willing to accept less and still be a member. Than what we were paying at 35,000.
That's what they said.
Hmm.
But not the amount Alpena is paying, Tony.
Just relaying what I know.
Alright.
I think Alpena pays about 5,000. Alpena County to Target Alpena. It's supposed on 8. 8,
Yeah,
I looked it up with that 5, but maybe they raised it.
yeah, we were at 35,000.
Not really getting,
Well, I hope we get something out of it, like job out of there.
Well, long story short, that I to make them aware that Target Alpena has reached out and said that. Their board has discussed. A willingness to accept. Something less than what we're paying, and the number 25,000 came up. So. Just wanted to make you aware.
Are we under a time limit as to when we can agree to a figure for target?
contracts already.
Yeah, contracts
They already
would have been July
expired.
1st, but. We've had this discussion ongoing since then.
Do we have any intention of ever addressing this issue?
Yes. We're gonna address it.
We have to.
Can we,
See, they come up with a number you want to stay involved with them, or we're out.
Right.
You know, our EDC meets every month for some reason. No, I mean, it's every month. And which they never did in the past, I guess, from what I'm told.
it was off and on,
And
but.
what
they-
is the EDC doing?
The EDC has updated their bylaws, got back to the nonprofit status, and, governs the things that Target Alpena executes and manages and the signature on certain grant applications, but long story short, I would make a motion, we offer $25,000 as, a revised contract if approved by Target Alpena.
And I would second that, I think that's.
I'd second it, but is that legal in as much as it wasn't on the agenda and now we're bringing it up in discussion?
It's a budgeted item.
So we can deal with it right now? We have a motion, we have a support for 25,000.
About it.
Yeah.
We're getting
Table it.
robbed. I'd rather table it until we
Discussion.
certifying itself, but you got a motion of support on the floor, you have to. vote.
Well, I was intrigued by the fact you said it's budgeted.
We did budget the money for Target Alpena,
You budgeted what amount?
35,000.
Now the motion is 25,000. The chair thinks we should table and reflect on this long.
Oh, they made a motion to support, you're gonna have to vote on it, you can vote it up or down now.
Okay, any more discussion, I guess?
Get no more discussion.
Up to you.
My discussion is they're doing nothing for us. They've secured a $4 million grant. Housing grant. Not 4 million, 1.4 million, 1.8 million. And almost 50% of it's going for administration fees. Small business grant, not housing grant, it's small business, you know, for Northeast Michigan. In other words, they're getting this one, the grant in, and then they're creating more positions. Within the state, that's. And it just, the money's not getting to the small businesses. That's kind of what I'm upset about, and I was against it when they raised it to 35,000 on the previous board.
Right. We've had several leading citizens from our county appear before us and make speeches right from our appointing, indicating their support for Target and urging us to support it. I agree with you, 35,000 excessive, but I don't think we should just cut them loose either.
No,
So-
and I even brought that up to Target when I talked to Baylor. I said, well, just to keep your hand in it, let's pay what Alpena County's paying. And he wouldn't accept that. He refused it. We cannot accept it. And the EDC can't accept it. And the people showing up at the meeting are from the EDC. And my question is, yes, Target's doing most of the work. What is the members on the EDC doing? They're meeting every month, you know? I got people in the building talking about that. Expressing their concerns. You know, I'm all for spending money to bring economic growth here, but when it doesn't happen. And I understand that it's gonna go to the cities, Onaway's putting in $3,500 a year, the city of Onaway.
Mr. Chairman, is this something we revisit each year?
Yeah, it's a year kind of.
I'm inclined to go along with the motion for 1 year and see what happens. And you've been on the board 2 years, this is your 3rd year, right?
Or, yeah,
You were elected 2 2-year terms already?
no, I had 1 2-year term.
Yeah, this is your 3rd year then. And I'm inclined to go with it this year and let's see what happens. So when it comes for the roll call vote, I'm gonna be a yes on this.
Next question and discussion, we're not done yet, but is everybody seems to be jumping ship over it. Target. Waller's quitting. Mr. Carr left.
How about Lenny Avery?
Lenny's there, and I don't know how the board thinks about what's going on with Lenny, but it's,
Like I said, I think 1 year,
I look at
let's
Lenny.
wise up on this to see where we're going.
This board should talk to the Alpena County Commissioners about Lenny Avery, find out.
And Alcona.
It's kind of a liability. Okay, that's all I have to say. You got anything to say? Anybody else? Okay, roll call vote.
Okay, Robert Presque.
Yes.
Robin Hughes.
Yes.
Joe Libby.
Yes.
Robert Crook.
No.
Cliff Delaney.
No.
I think Cypress City has this area. Has a lot to offer.
It's not just about Roger City though. You gotta understand,
Yeah, I mean,
35,000 is coming from
whole
all the
area.
constituents.
So, I mean, we have a lot to offer, and I think somehow we need some kind of business in here.
They came up with some proposals, but nothing ever materialized.
Show me one.
You know,
Yeah, the drone one,
the
I
drone fell away too.
it did fall away. Oh, good.
I'll address the EDC board at the next meeting and have them propose this. And they may turn it down, I don't know, but if they do, then we've done what we thought we could.
Yeah, we discussed that, so you see.
Good.
Back to, FEMA. Joe got me the cost for the sheriff's department and all the extra patrol. She hasn't got back to me yet. If that included, we should include the benefits too, or a guesstimate of the benefits. Those were just the wages.
I can get them,
And
it should be fully loaded.
can revise it to her. Looks to me like, and I turned it in to keep the thing going forward before the vet band there at FEMA. Before the expiration date. You're looking at about 75% of 75,000, but I'm sure the benefits will pick it up a little bit more. I mean, and that's all the county really had, the road commission shared the brunt of everything. Sure. They're keeping theirs under $1 million anyway, so they don't have to go through all the extra hoops. That's the only thing I have. That. Yeah.
And it road.
Yeah, road meeting. All the townships signed the paperwork for the Klaus Road project, we keep Belknap and. This one, I believe.
Right.
Final cost of asphalt is done on Akiak Road, the bridge will be finished up next week, that'd be this week,
Is that Klaus Road for next year? Excuse me.
2026.
Okay, thank you.
The coat of asphalt is done on Akiak, they're probably done with it by now, it's supposed to be finished breakfast. Schubert Highway Bridge. Davis says they are on schedule to meet the end of November deadline, Schubert Highway Bridge. What do we got here? Feels good. It's the average cost of the county. Hinska pit, it's finally, gonna start crushing. We're at 30,000 tons of the 50,000 they owe us that we paid for already. Roy Tedeschi's still making gravel out of his pit, and there was discussion of having Roy move over to, the county's pit on the Nottaway on school. We got 40 acres, it's a really good gravel. And in crush for the county, so why are you buying gravel when we got that there? Some Grand Lake people showed up, Harry Girl showed up, he was concerned about a break wall on his property, which we have no. Restriction over it. Sent in the right direction though, Dave, pointed in the right direction. FEMA update, all the information has been submitted. Right around, there's been about $780,000 on 1 million. But they actually spent 1.2, so. The reason they didn't wanna. Go to the 1.2, because it was a whole nother level of, it's
Bureaucracy. I talked about.
Grand Lake Dam discussion. In a meeting with a lawyer. And Lake Wells, I'm gonna tell you right now, our road commission is being kind of nervous about the deal. And. They don't wanna be subjected to the liability. Being with some of these people who got their lawyers. They're right, and they're probably going to get out of the regulation of the lake level. Controlling the dam.
Yeah, the hearing was this week.
Monday.
Monday it was. And
That's yet to be seen, the special assessment.
that was just move forward with the special assessment. The hearing, that hearing.
Right.
But. I can't blame the road commission, I mean. And if it gets to that point, the county is strapped with regulating this level, this water level. And controlling the dam. We're gonna end up. Having to hire somebody to do this.
Well, the other thing that I heard is that our MDOT manager was worried about personal liability. The county indemnifies him in his position, so he has no personal liability.
I already brought that up.
As long as he's acting in official capacity, he's indemnified. County
You're
covered.
talking about the superintendent,
Yeah.
not MDOT, the county.
Yeah. But yeah, he's indemnified. He should not be worried on a personal level. That was.
Well, I already explained that to them there, but. They just don't want to, I explained that they fall under the county, they have their own budget and everything, but they're still. The very department of the county.
Correct.
And they haven't made a decision, but. Yet, but it, I don't know. What they're gonna do.
This has been a hot potato item ever since the special assessment districts.
Oh, yeah, big time. Yeah.
And that's got everybody over, so I understand that, so.
And they formed a group to oppose this. Just kind of found out about it recently. So.
So that ain't gonna help in the situation there. Well, for now, looking ahead though, with the special assessment. The county has. County has to regulate this dam, this water level, to the specs that they're talking, 6-inch variance. What was it, 540?
No, you mean the elevation
Yeah.
level? It was, okay,
Well, see,
Esau was 597. Grand Lake was
590.
594 or something, it was a little bit lower. In elevation, but why anybody would want to change it from what it is now is beyond me, because they've done a great job for 60-some years or
The
whatever.
bottom line is if you end up hiring the company to do this. Because your road commission's not gonna wanna do it anymore, these people are gonna be paying for it through their special assessment. And then you got Holson on the other hand.
That's a whole different.
There's another whole bunch of deal. Said because they've helped out for the last 50 years, Stoneport. Controlling this water level, and now they're asking questions about what's in it for us. When they see a special assessment, just throwing out figures that it costs them
Well, their issue,
100,000 a month to regulate the water.
their issue is their sediment pond is just about to exceed its life. And so they've started another one at the south end of the quarry property, which is several miles away.
Got a pump,
And
but
to pump that far is a great expense.
could cost $200,000 a month. So it's kind of a bad deal that the county got strapped
And
with.
and it depends what the judges decide.
Yeah,
There's a lot of variables. People want a dollar amount put on all this. And I get calls personally and yelled at, well, how much is it gonna cost? How much is what gonna cost? It's a unicorn right now. It doesn't exist. And this can go several different ways. So, but I can't get through their heads. They want a dollar amount. And I,
If it's $5,
well, as far as the special assessment.
yeah, it's a pack of smokes, yeah.
if it's $45, $50. Wait,
Well, special assessment, there has to be something because the county's got a buttload of money and it's already with engineers and the attorneys.
Yeah, the meter's running.
meter's running.
We'll know in 2 weeks.
They went through the same.
Well,
thing.
also we'll know at that point from after Jim.
Special assessment.
It's just. Have they delegated it to the properties that the percentage amounts, I mean, it's,
Divided it out.
we're still, it's not that we're nowhere, but
Equitably.
it's just, it's a sign of. Where the money will go and what percentage.
Well, the next hearing though is gonna be shortly after that though.
It's sometime in October, yeah.
I mean, the drain commissioner was hoping to have it wrapped up by the end of the year. So,
They went through the same process, like, that's more of the Lake Esau scale of things.
Yeah, that's a different program.
Right.
That's, there's no dam involved.
it's too different.
But there was a dam in Lake Emma. And
Yeah, but the dam, you pretty much. With the boards in, you can take the boards out. Esau has no, it's a kettle lake and has no natural water source.
it's not, put it back to its original state.
That's all I had to have to say on
That could possibly happen if the judge were so inclined to.
Mr. Chairman, did
Figure
you
out how to
say
do
that
that.
the Akiak Bridge would be done by tomorrow?
I
said
know,
this
I've
week.
been out there and looked.
Cause I usually use that, I'm taking Silver Creek Road, Pomeranke Road to bypass it,
It should be done.
and rather use the bridge road. So, Joe, you know if that Akiak Bridge is fixed, ready to use?
Signs are still up.
Signs are still up as of today. Thank you.
It's close, so.
Well, I'm leaving Sunday, so.
Larry. Well, any other special,
No.
other government officials? Val? Al?
Yep, just give you an update on the hangar, final surveying, all the stakes are done. I would expect something to start Monday or Tuesday is what we've got on schedule, materials and possibly contractors starting to walk through some of the beginning work, Chasky's dropped off a portable. So that's a pretty good indication. Up there to work. At the airport, we are up activity wise 31% last year. The year is not over. Which is pretty exciting. You can tell by my tone. Fuel sales are up 6%. Which is pretty nice. In the past, the county probably only took a load of fuel prior to 2020. You generally took about one load of fuel a year or longer. We've been taking 2 loads of fuel. I took 4 loads of fuel so far this year. We just took one last week. It may taper off, but I don't know what's going on. I'm perfectly happy to see it. And a lot of the people that we're getting still, as I reported before, are people who've never come to the area, who've decided to just look at us. Don't know where they've gotten the clues, why, but a lot of new faces, grabbing the crew car, going out, checking out the county. Crew car's been out about 140 times since we've gotten it, which is pretty good. So every time it leaves the airport, it's dropping some money somewhere in Rogers City or in the county. And so other than that, I did text Rob, you got that, I saw that. Sheboygan Airport has finally started construction. They're ripping out their old equipment, their PAPI units and the runway unidentifier lights, which are one unit has been down since late spring, unable to fix it. And parts are basically, it's a 25-year-old plus item. We did graciously, they gave us their old units. I went up this week and got the rail units, and I'm cannibalizing the electronics and all the other parts. Hopefully find something that we can use that's serviceable. Some of their stuff worked, it didn't work, so we don't know what's good, but right now I'm starting to cannibalize and go through and test. Also, our PAPI units are the same age. They got new PAPI, so I'll be going up there. I didn't have room in my truck. I'll be grabbing those tomorrow.
All right,
It will cannibalize that. Problem being is even the couple of outfits that do repair those boards can't get components. So chance of if something fails, we have the old boards, they may be able to take a component off and get it working. It's the best chance we got, and the price was right, it was free, so that's about where we are.
Did the excavation start yet?
Not yet, they had hoped to get that started, but I would suspect that's probably something that's gonna happen in conjunction with the parts. Parts delivery is supposed to be on materials either Monday or Tuesday. Unless there's a delay, and contractor, they were hoping to start before, but it looks like it will happen after the delivery.
All right.
Other than that, any questions?
Any questions for Al?
No.
Good job, John.
Thank you.
All right. Any other government officials? She can talk to him right there.
That's public comment.
Go ahead, go ahead.
All right. You're pointing to somebody else, I'm like, go ahead. Well, stand up. So Monday, we got our mandatory qualifying for sidearms, and we'll be qualifying on the new tasers that we got a while back from the grant and stuff. We're finally gonna be carrying them, but we had to go through a 4-hour training, which is Monday and Tuesday. So us and the Rochester City Police Department will be going through that on Monday and Tuesday, that mandatory training. I was able, was at the last meeting, but 9/11, I was able to attend the ceremony at the Capitol down in Lansing. For 9/11 remembrance and the fallen officers of Michigan, which covers all first responders, dispatchers, fire, EMS, and police, and they do a memorial and they read their names. And then took care of that, and I was very honored to be there, representing the county down at the Capitol this year for the 9/11 memorial. I ordered decals for all our patrol cars, in light of what's going on in the country. All our patrol cars down the back, quarter panel have an "God We Trust" sticker along with the rest of the decals on our cars. So those are taken care of. So I just think it's a lot of departments have that, and I think I'd like to add that. And so I'm gonna be doing that. And I also want to mirror what Wendy said earlier, and I talked to the judge and she did also. Want to thank Piper up in the clerk's office for the payroll glitch that happened. I have 28 employees. And when they don't get their pay right away, you know whose phone goes off? Nonstop.
Yeah, and, you know, when you have a couple, it's easy to explain, when you have that many. But once they would explain to them, an email did come out, they all understood it, and I wanna thank her for, letting us all know, letting them know, and kind of putting out the fires with them. That, stuff wasn't there, but then it got taken care of. So I wanna thank her and Harry and the whole office up there for what they did, and, the glitch that happened, and, I'm sure Val's involved on the treasurer and everybody else to get this right, and so we thank that, because now they got their pay and they're more happy. And happy employees work funner. So we appreciate that, everything they did, so I thank her in that office, and that's all I got, if anybody's got any questions.
Any questions from the chair? Thanks. Building and grounds, no.
Thanks.
The maintenance department mentioned at our meeting that he wants to have a fire drill. And what he will be informing
He'll be informing,
all departments.
all departments.
So it's coming up pretty soon, before it gets too cold, unless you wanna do it in the
Looking
snow.
for a good snowy cold day.
Yeah, rain. Sideways rain.
I'm sorry.
Sweet. Fire drill. Make it real. That's good. Any other government officials?
Well, I would like to comment on the payroll glitch. I spoke to you briefly about it, Cliff. We need to have policies set that when the treasurer's office initiates the movement of money for payroll, that it not be uninitiated by anyone else. No one has the authority to uninitiate. When money has already been approved to be moved, I don't ever want to see that happen again.
Is that the glitch that we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yes.
And that, and I spoke to our bank about that, and, we need to have a written policy, because there are deadlines, timelines. The deadline is 4 o'clock. It was done by our department at 1:46, and then it was uninitiated at 3:46. Because it was going to be a 5-minute fix. It turned out to be 4:11 when it was corrected, which caused this whole issue. So, I just want a policy put in place that when my department finalizes payroll and approves the money to be moved, that no matter what mistake is found by anyone, that it is not uninitiated.
When we approve a payroll, which we're gonna do in a few minutes, is that what you're looking for?
No.
Have something
No.
different?
He's looking
No,
for
it's-
policy. The board made policy.
This is mechanically how checks it.
Doesn't the bank have something where only certain people are allowed to initiate or uninitiate it? 'Cause I know when I did it up there, I was the only one allowed to do it, but we also had the backup name. So if anything happened to me, I would initiate it from my computer, I had to sign it. It policy. I never uninitiated.
Well, it is, my department doesn't do the payroll.
And the uninitiated.
Payroll is uploaded.
That always like solid.
Then we initiate,
For that.
and
Retribution for that.
we just need to have.
That's why the.
But separate one moving the money, so they
Checks
have
and
maybe certain people are authorized to
No
move.
extra or not eat that, besides.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So if they were by you or whoever the
Alright.
backup is,
Sorry.
then
Okay.
Make a motion for payroll.
Oh, you're making a motion. No correspondence. Get a motion for payroll. Support. Support.
That's a roll.
Roll call.
Robert Britsky.
Yes.
Robin Hughes.
Yes.
Joe Libby.
Yes.
Robert Crook.
Yes.
Cliff Leany.
Yes.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Support. All in favor, signify by saying
Aye.
Aye. Opposed. We didn't do it at all.
Oh, I wasn't sure.
Call Lee first. Always have. First of all, you were here for a meeting.
Yeah, well, I thought, I saw it in the last.
I got it, my mouth gets in way in my.
All right.
I come and I'm right.
Rogers City. Well, this speaks of Rogers City. Best place in America. By
I love it. Oh,
He has what?
So that's. Also.
So.
Appreciate
Appreciate your.
Yeah. Something that range is gonna take. Tourism, the best apple orchard in the country.
Yeah, so I will, have you decide that, and I'll make.
Fast airport traffic, that kind of national recognition. You know, and speedway places.
Okay.
Your role is that say, Park and Alpino, we know our
The
area.
original, you give that back to them then, or is it? I keep the original?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so then. So, the original, then I don't want to make copies. Let me for email copies for you and to
No,
me.
but 60 hotels, there is a real
Yes.
hotel in this city.
On this one, yeah.
A hotel in this county.
This highlights two.
With hotels, I'm talking hotels. Most people don't really look for those hotels, those motels. Except either last resort or if they're restaurants. You're not gonna build, people who are gonna come with the money, build something.
Yeah, well, I did that before, I would one other thing, and I had them come into my office now, so it's, I had to hear it.
Yeah, but
Tourist. That's the
tourism is a huge interest in the industry. Real tourism. What is Las Vegas? But real tourism. What are a lot of cities but real tourism? I was just in Vegas. They had a lot of time.
Yeah. Well, I'm more. Yeah, that's how most of our grants and everything.
Yes.
It's 355. So I guess we see the original.
That's my money back. Give me my money. I'm not leaving until I make sure you got this right.
I'm gonna make copies and email it.
I'm a taxpayer. How old are you this room? We're lucky. We're lucky to not really much to get this. This takes. So that's why I want to think about it. Normally it's been like up to 3 years. Yeah.
Do you apply early and just approve?
No, it's just a normal policy was for these things until. Just put it under normal policy is that we just always done that until we got that on Nipias file. We have make sure you date it and underneath, next to your name. Today's 26, 26, 25. And then underneath your name, chair. But normally it's, you have to get back into money, with the number of aircraft, we have to get 9 or and get back into.
Jerry.
Consider money.
You might wanna turn that off.
I just, so you
Thank you.
wanted me to.